What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Grab My Banner podcast. It is episode 27. Wow, 27, boys.
That's a lot.
We're almost at 30.
Is that a prime number?
Yes.
I think it is.
I think so.
It is definitely a prime number.
It's a prime number. It's a prime number. We are ready to go. We've got a great show for you guys here today. We're going to talk a little bit about our favorite drop locations of all time, go into our farewell of water treatment plant, and talk a little bit about the gambling. You already know what we like to do, so we'll get into that. But before we do that, I want to introduce everybody here on the show. It's come to my attention that not everybody can recognize the voices. So, Troy, I want to talk to you. How's your week been?
Hey, man, it's been good. I put some bourbon in my protein shake this week, so I'm feeling frisky. I like the way that it brings out the vanilla. I got some vanilla going on. So the last protein shake I made, I ran out of milk, so it was literally water, ice, coffee creamer, bourbon, and protein. That was my protein shake.
Probably got the best workout of your life in.
Dude, my muscles felt refreshed.
That's the best way to go. Bryan, how are you feeling?
Good, man. Good.
Awesome.
Yeah, I was going to run off Troy's thing of bourbon and just say he also enjoys other weird cocktails like putting Starbucks cream or Starbucks sweetener inside of his pre-made old fashions, which is fucking disgusting.
I like it sweet.
Kyle, how are you doing over there?
I'm doing great. I'm not doing as good as bourbon in my protein shake good, but, I'm doing pretty good out here.
And I am Wyatt. We're going to get ready to get into the show. But, boys, before we get into the rest of the show, let's get into the Raise Energy Question of the Week. Use code BANNER for 15% off. Raise Energy Question of the Week, boys. Where would each legend hit up their favorite fast food restaurant? What is their favorite fast food restaurant, should I say? And this one has been bubbling up for a while. I've wanted to do this one for a good amount of time. There's lots of fast food restaurants. I think we all have our favorites. Where do you guys think each legend would go? Who's going to go first?
Let me just lead this out and say the only character I know doesn't do fast food is Watson, because when she goes out, she's going to Korean barbecue. And if you guys don't know what Korean barbecue is, there's I
don't like where this is going.
There's essentially like a stove pallet in front of you on your table, and you can cook, a bunch of different meats. Depending on what you pay for, you get higher or low quality meats. If you pay the top quality price, which I know that Watson can pay, right? You get to get full intact live octopus.
Oh no!
And when you throw it on that little center stove, when they get cooked, bro, they move around like you would not believe. They squirm, they jiggle, they get moist, they change colors. It's it's dinner and a show.
We're still doing this, are we? We're still doing this?
I'm getting real hot just thinking about it.
When are we going to stop this? When are we going to stop?
Have you seen her figure, bro? She doesn't eat fast food.
Yeah.
All right.
She's eating tentacles every night, bro.
That French-Japanese body.
What, are you the only one that hasn't
touched fast food?
Are you the only one that hasn't conformed yet?
I will never conform to this because I don't believe that that's a real. Is that a real thing?
That's a real thing.
Listen, I wasn't buying in last week, but this week I'm buying in.
So this week you were.
I'm like, man, I looked up a couple things. I'm like, man, this is real shit.
So there's tentacles.
It's real.
Banging hoes out
It's
there.
a real thing.
There is.
Okay.
Is it because you realized that sponges were also from the ocean?
Could be.
Wait, where did that come
I had
from?
something in common with that.
Listen to a past episode to get that reference. I should probably hop in here with my take, which has been my take since day one. Gibraltar is eating 3 square meals a day, all different fast food restaurants. He's going to Jack in the Box. He's going to Whataburger. He's going to McDonald's. He's going to Taco Bell. He's going every single fast food place just in a circle. He's just going like this in an infinity sign, going to each fast food place, getting everything, every single order. I've in fact started, you can check it out on our website, I've started a blog series called Gibraltar's Fast Food Stop of the Day, where I say what order he would take at whichever restaurant he likes to go to for that day. The last one I did was on Jack in the Box, where he ordered 2 of the brand new chicken sandwiches they have with mini churros substituted for fries, and then he got some extra mini churros, and then got 3 Diet Cokes, as well as they have like a Caitlin told me what they have. They have like a really cool dessert. Oh, it's the they have these new loaded fries, and you can get like hot ones with like jalapenos and stuff, or you could just get triple cheddar triple cheddar,
Gosh dang.
and he got triple cheddar.
Man.
That's what I'm thinking Gibraltar's
3
doing.
Diet Cokes, 2 to drink, 1 for sauce. It sounds like he's eating 3 square meals and 3 round meals and 3 triangle meals.
Exactly. That's exactly what Gibraltar's doing. There's no other way you can spin it. The TikTok comments are going to go insane, but they always do. Gibraltar's fat as shit. He's not built. Let's move on, Brian. What do you got?
I said Pathfinder is making his way down to the Jiffy Lube.
Getting some oil.
Getting some oil. He's got to refuel a little bit.
At a
you know?
discount oil.
Of course.
I like where you're going with this. I actually said, just like I did last week with Pathfinder being the cafeteria lunch lady, I think Pathfinder would be the fast food employee that just messes up your order every single time.
Still wearing a hairnet.
He's wearing
He's wearing a hairnet with no hair, just fucking spilling oil all over the damn place.
Imagine Pathfinder as the drive-through attendee, the person on the microphone. It'd kind of be like the Dude, Where's My Car sequence, where he goes, and then every single time.
Oh, gosh.
Pathfinder always just thinking there's going to be more to the order. I feel like he fits perfectly as a fast food employee.
Yes, he's also trying to pick up on the grill.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's probably why he stays. That's probably why he stays at the restaurant. He's trying to stay there to hit on the grill.
Yeah, spatula all day.
So
Whack.
funny.
That's why he's on the. That's actually
So
why
funny,
he's
dude.
on the drive-through, because he was messing around with the grill on his lunch break, and they're like, "Yo, we can't have
Yo,
him."
we
And
can't have you
they-
there.
Yeah, that's the only way.
If you're
going to
keep doing that stuff you're doing on the break, then you're going to pay for the propane.
Oh, Kyle, what you got over there?
Fuse is the only person that's keeping Arby's in business because he'll literally eat anything. So he's just like, "Hey, load me up some meats. I'm going to Arby's."
Have you seen their sandwiches,
It's
bro?
insane, bro.
Have you ever looked at Arby's menu? Their sandwiches are like this tall on the menu. You get it. It's like smushed down into like one little tiny microscopic sandwich. I'm like,
Exactly.
how'd you fit all that in there? It's literally insane.
First time he went to Arby's, he probably had his arm in there.
Was Arby's the place where the girl got a finger in her chin?
No,
that was Wendy's.
That was Wendy's.
That was Wendy's.
It was Wendy's.
I forgot about
That's back
that.
when the mob owned Wednesday.
Oh, my
Just
God.
killing people and throwing it.
Oh, bro. For Revenant, so Revenant's interesting to me because I feel like he only enjoys eating human meat. And so I figured the perfect place for him would be Burger King because they're the closest to human meat. We don't know if it is actual human meat. So that's alleged, but I think the closest thing to human meat in fast food I've ever had is 100% Burger King. I don't step within 5 miles of a Burger King. If I'm that close to a Burger King, I start to break out into splotches on my skin. I start freaking out. I get into the fetal position. Burger King, you fucking suck. I hate you. I hope you never sponsor this podcast, but if you do, we'll welcome you with open arms. Anyway.
I agree 100%. And even if you sponsor us, I'm not welcoming you.
Okay, that makes
well,
sense.
I mean, the
I can't
Whopper's
blame
not
you for
the
that.
Whopper's not bad.
The Whopper is so bad.
The Whopper's dog shit.
What are you talking
Bro,
about?
honestly, if I had to choose out of a burger list of just single burgers from a place, not like the overall how good the
Okay.
company is, but I'd put it in the top 10.
No.
The
way.
Whopper, out of all the burgers elsewhere, there's a lot above it as 10, but like it's a decent burger.
I would go to a Mexican restaurant and order a burger before I'd go to Burger
Exactly.
King.
Yeah, I would go to an Italian restaurant and get a burger before.
Well, I
got
had
off
Arsenio's
Burger King.
above them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely
Okay,
are. above
that
it.
makes sense. I see what
There's-
you're saying.
there's just-
yeah.
Listen, if I had to choose between that and a Big Mac, I might go with the Whopper.
What?
Get
Okay,
out
now
of-
you're
now you're
being
insane.
crazy.
Get out of
Now
here.
you're being insane.
No, dude. Okay, let's get this out there. The Big Mac is the most overrated burger
No!
ever.
No,
It
it's
really
not.
is.
It's not
It
even
really is.
close.
It's all bun. It's
It
all bun.
really
There's
is.
no
Well,
flavor. It's
yeah,
all bun. It's not
the
good.
meat.
There's a
The
fuck
meat
ton of
is like
sauce on
1
that motherfucker.
micron thick.
Sauce does not make anything for me. It's not about the sauce. It's about the substance, and the sauce is just supposed to complement.
I'm a huge sauce guy. And
I'm
that is-
anti-sauce guy, Wyatt, and I still think the sauce.
The
You're not
sauce
like
is
that
the
anymore.
only good thing on that burger. The lettuce is literally, it looks like the streamers that come out of those party poppers.
I would drink a whole milk gallon full of the McDonald's sauce before I ever ate one Whopper.
Honestly, same.
You guys need to try Whopper again. When was the
No.
last time you guys tried a
I,
Whopper?
like
I had
I
a
said,
Whopper,
like I
like,
said, I break out into hives.
A couple
I can't
months
get close
ago,
to a
I'm
Burger King.
done with Whopper.
I can't get
Okay.
close to
Okay.
a Burger King.
Okay.
Listen, I tried Burger King again because like somebody was like, "Oh no, bro, Burger King's good
Listen,
now," and I was like,
they're-
"Okay, I'll try Burger King." It's dog shit.
They're
still.
no,
Still dog water.
Listen, their BK double stack highly underrated.
Oh my my God.
What
Now you're
is
just
going
switching burgers.
on with you?
Dude,
This is a troll. It
No,
has to
no.
be.
Actually, I do like the BK Double Stack. That is actually a good burger. The Whopper, a little more of a troll. But the BK Double Stack, I will go out of my way to go to Burger King to get a hot, fresh BK Double Stack.
Jesus.
Get
Can
the
we,
fuck- At least you don't like Arby's.
Listen,
okay?
I'm gonna try.
No, Arby's is fucking trash where you're going to get fucking orphan meat.
Can we all just agree that fast food out of the fast food tier burgers, Carl's Jr. has the best burger?
They do.
Although very overpriced, but like fast food tier drive-through level burgers, nobody beats
Honestly,
Carl's Jr. is
yeah.
one of the best.
No,
Charbroiled.
In-N-Out's pretty high.
No
No.
way.
In-N-Out
Not
is
even close.
overrated.
Not
I'm
even
not
close.
talking quality, but just a standard cheeseburger from In-N-Out hits differently.
Does
sometimes.
hit.
It does hit different
I
sometimes.
don't remember the last time I got a standard anything from Carl's because I know I'm going to be paying $12 and I just have to.
Well, that's the
accept that.
thing. You also pay like $1 something for fucking.
Yeah, but we're not talking value. I'm just saying quality wise, and also what's that other one that's right by my house?
Wendy's, where these
Not
kangaroo
no,
meat.
not Wendy's. It's all square. they fucking pressed it out
The
with,
Habit.
Jesus,
with
man.
a literal
I don't-
cookie
I don't-
cutter. The Habit, yeah, the Habit burger.
Habit's
That might
good.
be local. I don't know.
good.
I
But
don't know if
that's
I'd
pretty
consider
good.
that fast food, though.
But they have a drive-through, so it's
Oh,
fast.
okay.
Yeah, but I still think Carl's Jr. beats it because I go
Are
back
we just
and
not
forth.
going to acknowledge the whole In-N-Out or not In-N-Out, the whole Chick-fil-A and Popeyes thing with any of these legends? Do any of these legends go to In-N-Out?
I
Yeah.
didn't put.
or
I
Chick-fil-A or
would-
Popeyes?
I 100% put cost that goes to Popeyes because the independent variable is which cave they harvested the bats from that week. Yeah. That shit is insane. Every time I go to Popeyes, there was one right by the college that actually many of us have gone to, if not all of us. Right by the college we went to, there's a Popeyes and a Taco Bell. Most of the time I went to Taco Bell. Sometimes I wanted to change it up. I go to Popeyes, and every time it would remind me of the scene in Anchorman, right? Where the dude is talking about, he's talking about how bats are the chicken of the sky, and what's his name? Ron Burgundy holds up the chicken, and he like spreads it out, and it's the fucking wing. Dude, I swear they had like 3 of those in every batch of chicken I got. So I mean, Caustic's a scientist. He wants to know how they make it work, and I think he'd be excited by the variation in that independent
Yeah, there's
variable.
a lot. Here's what I've always told Kyle, because let's say everything is in a perfect world, right? Popeyes makes the best chicken sandwich fast food, hands down, bar none. It is the best chicken sandwich on a perfect day in a perfect world. The unfortunate part is Popeyes, to get a perfect day, you'd have to go there. If you went there for a full month, you'd probably get a perfect day. I would say probably like 3 out of the 31 days.
I see.
It's that hit or miss.
I don't even think it's the best sandwich.
1/10
I think
of
their
the day.
chicken's the best chicken. But the bun and the sauce and the pickle are just not where it needs
Do
to
you
be.
not eat food?
I do.
He might not.
What? Okay, tell me.
Chick-fil-A's better.
Chick-fil-A is more consistent, but the bun
Listen,
at Popeyes has like honey in it.
Dude,
and the
it's
sauce
too
is incredible.
sweet. It's too sweet.
Oh my
It's not
gosh.
good. The sauce, a little
You're
too
the
mayo-y.
fucking-
I don't like mayo. You guys got to remember, I don't like mayo.
It's not
fine.
mayo, though.
There's mayo in it.
No, there's
It's a
not.
He doesn't
Yeah,
want
it is.
anything. He doesn't want anything
mayo base.
sweet.
It's
He wants it
it's
bitter,
aioli.
just like his attitude.
That's what I'm
what
talking
he's
about.
There's
The spicy chicken sandwich, the sauce for it is like a mayo aioli, so it's mayo mixed with something else.
There's no saving him, Rich. Let's get to something that's less about the food, because obviously we're
yes.
not going to agree.
Obviously, yeah.
We're
No,
not
that-
going to agree. Listen, Loba's going to McDonald's, not because of the food, but because she specifically picked her eye makeup to blend in at the play place. All right? It's so obvious that she picked that eye makeup specifically so that when she's crawling through the tunnel and you can't see those thick hips trailing behind her, she looks like just another one of the kids shitting in the tube.
She's
all right?
got to figure that out, bro.
She gets stuck in the fucking tunnel.
She just might, dude.
How did she not figure this out with all the beauty influencers
Yeah,
that are
she has
around?
to fucking teleport her way out. She just throws the bracelet down the slide.
That's hilarious.
Going back to what you said about In-N-Out, though, I had Wraith as In-N-Out just because I believe she fucks a lot, and so that was more of a pun.
More pun. In
Yeah, it was
and
more
out.
of a
Yeah, I gotcha.
Like In-N-Out because
Her
I
going
gotcha.
in and
Just
out.
like she's in
'Cause
and
of,
out
like,
of the,
sex.
almost like she's in and out of the meta too.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of like sex because you. Yeah,
I was gonna say, have you guys ever heard the stories of when our parents were kids and there was fucking drive-through liquor stores?
Yes.
Yeah, the only drive-through I ever see Mirage going through is that fucking liquor store.
Mm-hmm.
You
so
just
funny.
you just drive around. Yeah, I'd like a martini dry. Just Yeah, no, that's it. Can I get two?
They're like,
make
sir,
it double.
Sir, we only sell the bottles. We don't make the drinks for you.
Yeah, no. Like, I'm talking. Get 2 bottles and the stuff to make it. Thank you. Yeah, I got to drive home later.
I actually said that Mirage would be the guy who rarely goes to fast food, surprisingly, because every time he goes, he's got to feed like 30 people because they're all his holograms. So he doesn't really go that often.
They're all his holograms.
I don't know. I also picture Mirage being the dad where it's just like, I don't know what to fucking get, McDonald's.
Yeah, I mean that's the easiest option too. Like that's
like
they're everywhere. They're
literally
everywhere.
He's just like, I don't know what to fucking do. I don't know. I gotta feed you. Mom's out of town. What the fuck am I gonna do with these kids?
Yeah.
What's your name again? Okay, we're going to McDonald's.
There's apples in the Happy Meal. That means I'm a good dad.
Exactly. Yes.
They ask him. They're like, would they like a soda or milk? He's like, milk. Got it.
Milk.
Yeah.
For Bloodhound, the only fast food place that I could picture served meat that was not actually cooked is White Castle. By far one of the worst fast food places I've ever had in my fucking life.
I will fucking fight you
Dude,
right now.
it's so bad,
delicious.
Bryan.
I fucking love it.
Brian, it's not
That's
cooked.
one of the. That is cooked.
not cooked.
It looked
It's
like
not cooked.
It's cooked.
it's not.
It is. It's 100%
That's-
cooked.
Technically steamed.
It's actually it's steamed on top of onions.
Wow. They cook their food like other people clean your car.
Exactly.
You guys good to go?
Yeah. We're
All right, that'll do it for the Raise Energy question of the week. Don't forget to head on down to repsports.com, REPP Sports, where you can use code BANNER, BANNER, for 15% off all Rep Sports products, but especially the Raise Energy. You're going to want to get yourself that variety pack number 1. The Apollo flavor's in there. It's one of the best flavors. Brian's looking at me in the face right now.
I just bought 2, or actually I went out and bought 3 of the Baja ones.
Great.
Let one of my buddies try it. He fucking loved it. He went back and bought himself some.
Exactly. They're sold at GNC. They're sold at the Vitamin Shop. But if you want to help out the podcast, if you want to support the cause, go on down to the website, get them there. But if you want to test it out first, GNC, the Vitamin Shop, that's a great place to try it out to see if you like it. I can guarantee that you're going to at least like the flavor. The energy might be different for some people. I don't like to get jittery like some people, and it doesn't give me jitters. That's what I appreciate about Raise Energy. I feel like I'm drinking just water that's flavored, and I can get into my energy, get into my gaming session. That's what you're going to want to use it for. Be sure to use code BANNER. All right, guys, let's get into the Reddit discussion of the week. This week's discussion, the best drop spot of all time throughout history. Kings Canyon version 1, Kings Canyon version 2, World's Edge, all the versions there, Olympus. What is your favorite drop spot of all time? And I want to make sure that you guys send in your favorite drop spot and why on social media. Send us a DM on Instagram, Twitter. We're notorious for answering. You want to know why? Because we love you.
We care.
We care. Best drop spot, any map, any version, any location. We'll start with Troy. What is your favorite drop spot of all time?
Listen, I have a lot less history in this game than you guys, so I have a much smaller sample size. But the only place I've really gotten into a rhythm is, the notorious Big Blue Dick, all right? Papa Smurf, the carrier on Olympus. I love it. There's a lot of reasons I love it. The loot, in my opinion, is fantastic.
Very good.
I really think it's solid for and it's always like level of loot versus the amount of heat that you have to go through to get it. And like normally you land there, you get one fight. If you win it, you're stacked. And then you can go into the next, into your rotation, which is really an easy rotation. And an added bonus is that there's a replicator there probably 75% of the time.
I was going to say that.
Which is really solid. So I have zero complaints. It's a super comfortable place to land. And when you get that first kill right off the rip, because it usually is a head-to-head, then you get some momentum along with your loot, and it really sets you up well. So for me, that's been the only place that I look forward to dropping so far.
Yeah, I think that's great.
That's up there for me. It's one of my favorites as well. Olympus is probably my favorite map right now. If I had to rank it in all of the maps, in all the versions, I'd put it up there in the top 3. And Carrier, Big Blue Dick, is one of my favorite places of all time. It's just a great landing spot. Like you said, you've got the replicator. You've got you can leave there so looted, bro. Like for the rest of the game,
you can have pretty much purple everything sometimes.
Yeah, and the rotations there, you have so many options. You can go straight through the tip. You could go all the way around through docks, or you could go all the way around back through the I forgot what that area is called. But
you can
two
go
tower place.
You can
I remember what it's
go
called.
tip, shaft, or balls. It's your choice.
Exactly. Tip, shaft, or balls. I think that's a great spot. That's one of my favorites as well. Kyle, what's your favorite landing spot of all time?
My favorite landing spot, you got to reach back a little farther for this. We're going
gosh,
all
go
the
to
way
that.
back to Season 2, Kings Canyon.
Okay.
We're going to Wetlands, which is one of my favorite spots of all time. We dropped there for ranked, I think, almost all season 2. It was an insane spot. Really good loot. Same concept as Big Blue Dick. You landed there. There was probably one team with you. Sometimes there was 2. You would land, you'd load up, you'd have really good loot, and if you won those 1 to 2 fights, you were fucking stacked. And I mean stacked.
Describe where that one was real quick.
So Wetlands is on the northeast side of the map, in between Relay and Swamp, which we don't even have Relay anymore. So it's in between what would now be Capacitor, yeah. So that is the spot where Capacitor is. But it was a couple different setups of buildings that were there, and they were just really full of loot, and it was a nice place to drop.
That was fun as hell, man. We had one of our better ranked seasons together on that part of the map.
Definitely. I think it only came second in ranked seasons for us as a team compared to season 3 of World's Edge, where we went and dropped and dominated at my personal favorite place, which is the Capitol building inside of Capital City, which is, if you don't know, the tallest building in Capital City. Back then, there was another building next to it that was still looked like it was under construction. Amazing rotation through a zip line there. You could just sit and hold that place. It was the center of the map. Everyone came to you, and there was enough loot there to last you the whole game. You went there, you dominated. If you held that spot, you won the match, and not only did you win the match, you won with a dominant fashion.
People forget what Cap City used to look like, man. People forget how awesome that place used to be. And if you could control that place, you actually left there feeling like a king. Yeah. Say the circle was outside of Cap City. If you were able to kill every team that landed there, you really did feel like a king. And that was when SBMM had first come into the game, too. So it's not like it was an easy task, man. Like it took a lot of hard work to come out of there on top, especially if you're shitty like us.
We had to sit there and we played it very defensively, but when it was time to go, the way it was set up was it allowed you to rush. So you got your loot, you had to fight just like the other spots, 1 to 2 other teams on average. Normally in that one is a little hotter, about 2 teams on average. And when you hit that spot and you took on those 2 teams, after that, all you had to do was get a crack. If you got a crack on somebody's shield, knocked all one person's shield off, that team was dead to rights because you could just jump on them, and then you can get back to your high ground and sit there and continue to do that for the next team. It was a great spot. Once you landed and controlled it, nobody came close to touching it.
That was Pathfinder Wraith Watson meta, though, wasn't
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were fucking nuts at it, by the way.
Yeah, we were.
What was cool about that one, too, Brian, was when you land, so we would land on we called it the Pentagon, the 5-story building. It's still there now in this version of World's Edge. We would land there, and you would already see the other team across from you, and you guys would both kind of be peeking at each other, just kind of waiting. You guys both be looting up, waiting. That feeling, that adrenaline rush of okay, we're about to get, either they're gonna zip line to us or we're gonna zip line to them, was one of the funnest feelings, dude. Because it was every game was exhilarating, bro, every single one.
And remember when you used to? This is back when the charge rifle first dropped, and it was the best gun in the game.
Oh my god, it was ridiculous.
It was more oppressive than any other gun that I think I've ever seen in this game at its launch.
Yes.
And I just got to say, dude, when you found that gun with a 3, a 4, a 6 times scope,
insane.
Back then, the other team was literally we can't even try to push them because if we go on a zip line, we're dead.
That was back when you could actually put a clip on it, too.
Yeah, you could put an extended mag
on it.
It didn't take 2 bullets to shoot.
And if you didn't have that, you wanted the G7. Mm-hmm. It was those 2 guns for range. You get a crack with that, and you just fly in there with the fucking Peacekeeper or the EVA 8 or anything. The R99, the Prowler.
When the PK was on the ground.
And the Prowler. Back when both those were on the ground, you just rush in there and you fucking rail everybody.
And those fights where it was you zipline over to the red building, the one that's been destroyed now, when you ziplined over there, the fights there were almost more intense than the ones on the Pentagon because it was way more open. The Pentagon had walls and everything that. This one was all open, and you just kind of had to listen closely. Some of our most intense fights were on that red building.
The red building was more you had to fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The Pentagon was we can defend this location and then make a push to fight. But the thing is, when you made a push to fight, you were committed to that fight. You were not getting out of that fight once you committed, and that was probably one of the things that taught us how to fight the best, and that's why I love that spot. I have so many memories there. That to me is the best drop spot.
That to me, like, what do you describe that feeling of when you landed and you're peeking over at the other side? And then I just shoot back to one memory when, like, we capped a guy and then we shot a Pathfinder zip line just straight over to them and just flew into that team.
Yeah, dude. You forget how good that felt until you think about something like this, because it felt amazing. That was the first season I ever hit Diamond. That was the first season you guys hit Plat.
Is there any place in this map currently that gives you that same feeling?
Only on Olympus.
That stare down. I think it's just Olympus is the
only
one.
on Olympus. Yeah.
What do you get for the stare down?
When you land docks and you land docks and then you go from the actual dock to the building over near Pathfinder.
Across that bridge.
So when you're staring at that big building, the 2-story one, and then you've got just being on the dock, that's where I feel that. It's not to the extent, though. It's not even close.
Another thing that kind of gives me the feel is when you land at Loba's place or whatever.
Yeah, and you're
on the opposite ends, and you know that the other person have landed on the other side, and you're going to converge in the center.
That's a fun one. The other one that comes to Olympus does a really good job of trying to replicate that feeling.
Yeah.
But another one is Rift. When you land in the Rift and you're on the high ground in the back and you see the other team on the far side and you see another team to your left, you know we got to fucking third party this thing and we got to do it well, otherwise we're dead. Like that one, that's a good one.
That one, if it's that one feels good when it's only just you landing there and the other team landing there, but there's so many people landing there, it's almost impossible for me to feel that. I just feel stressed the whole time. I'm like,
really? I never have that issue.
Yeah, there's like 4 teams on that spot. I'm like, shit, I can't.
Another one that I just thought of is when you land on grow towers, one of the grow towers.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's somebody on the other grow tower across from you, and they're just looking at you I see you, fucker. Like, we're going to come for you.
If the grow towers were a tiny bit closer, I think the feeling would be a
little bit more.
I think they put them that far apart because so many complaints of third parties, which is really what we're talking about. It's like we're talking about you're in position to third party the other team, and you're kind of staring at each other. Are we going to get a knock? Are we going to get a crack? Or are we going to get third partied, or are they? And whoever gets the bad side of any of those situations, you're in a shitstorm real fast.
Yeah. So all of those places are really good, and they but like I said, it's mostly just Olympus for me that give me that feeling whatsoever. Getting into my favorite place of all time. Oh, man, we're going to get into it here for the main segment of the show, but water treatment plant has always been and always will be my favorite drop spot on any map in this game since day one. We got our first win there as a squad. Somebody give me something to clank with Bryan. Somebody give me something to clank. We got that was our first ever win. The first night Apex came out, or maybe this was the second night. We all sat down and we played for probably 5-6 hours, and then we didn't get a win. And then at the very end of the night, we finally got our first win on water treatment. It's just a place that holds so many memories for me, man. I've landed there. You guys know me. I've made us land there so many times over the years, man. I love water treatment plant to death. I think it gives good loot. I think it used to give better loot. It doesn't as much anymore, but I do think it gives really good loot. I just like the way it's set up. It's got like those corridors, and you can't get hit from the outside on most of it. It's mostly just if you're inside, you've got the zip line going up to the top, which makes it interesting. You've got the little actual water areas, and I don't know why it's called water treatment plant, because there's been no water treated at that plant at all.
For sure.
It's the grossest water you'll ever see, but man. If you guys don't already know, water treatment plant is being replaced by a Caustic Town takeover that we'll get into here in just a little bit. But water treatment plant is always going to hold that place for me. And I didn't think it would ever leave, man. I always felt like it was one of those anchoring places on a map, and maybe that was just my own selfishness from landing there so many times, but water treatment plant is by far, in a way, one of my favorites. And there's a lot of great ones out there, but water treatment, it holds a special place in my heart.
There's one other place that I would like to... First off, I want to agree with you. I want to agree that water treatment is one of the best drops, and if I had to choose one from the current map, the way the map is currently at Kings Canyon, water treatment is hands down the best one. I think that there's a couple honorable mentions that do compete with it, namely Thunderdome is one. I think that was another great landing spot.
Got my first solo dub there.
Mm-hmm. But I think water treatment for me, I still drop there consistently. That's probably if If we were able to see a stat of which locations we've dropped the most, water treatment's probably number one on my list.
Yeah, if it was a pie chart,
it's that or the Capitol building.
Yeah, if we had a pie chart, I think it would be like 50. I think it'd be like 45% water treatment. I'd probably say like no, I'll go lower. I'll say like 30% water treatment, 20% that Cap City, and then various places spread throughout. We had a lot of Fuel Depot back before
Fuel Depot
Hammond Labs came in.
Yeah, back before
Hammond Labs would be high as
Harvester,
well.
yeah.
Harvester,
Sorry, not Hammond Labs. Harvester came in. We had what's it called, Drill Site on World's Edge before Staging or whatever it's called came in.
Yeah,
we had what else did we have? We've had recently. I've been doing a lot more of solar array, of Asilium, things like that as well that would probably show up on that pie chart. But water treatment's probably
for sure
number one.
Yeah, that's got to be one of my favorite ones. What are your guys' favorite ones? Send me something on Instagram, on Twitter. Send me any DM talking about your favorite place and why. I want to know why. Like, a lot of times we get DMs like, "This was my favorite place." Okay, well, tell me a story about it. Tell me a story about maybe your first ever win or the most exhilarating win, or maybe you took on a full team of 3 by yourself. Give me an example of why it was so cool for you to land at that spot.
I was going to say, I would love to hear some of your guys' responses and maybe give a shout-out to you guys and your opinions on some of these places.
For sure, and I always send the guys the DMs, and we always talk about how cool it is that people will actually go through and send us DMs. We had someone, we asked what game mode you'd like to see, different stuff like that. So send us a story. Maybe we'll send a whole segment next week just talking about the stories you guys have, if you have any, on your favorite place of the map. We're going to move on to the main segment of the show, talk a little bit about water treatment plant. We're going to hit a quick ad, and we will see you guys on the other side. All right, guys. Somber mood in this room here today.
Yep.
Lots of frowning faces, lots of sad looks. And there's a reason for this, and we're going to get into it right now. Water treatment plant will soon be replaced by a caustic town takeover. I don't know how it feels so disrespectful to me to have my favorite place destroyed by my least favorite character in the game. It really does feel like a stab in the fucking face. Not in the throat, not in the heart, in my right in my eyeball. They're going to put it in my favorite place with my least favorite character. Honestly, it's a tough pill to swallow. But first, I want to ask how you guys are feeling. How's the mood?
Honestly, pretty bad. And I'm going to feel even worse if the town takeover is shitty. If they just come up with the worst town takeover. Like, Mirages was sick. Pathfinders is sick. If they come over with a town takeover of Caustic and it just blows, I'm going to be really upset.
Imagining things that involve gas on this town takeover makes me want to absolutely hang myself. Like, say you shoot a certain part of the map, or like shoot a wall and like little gas pockets come out. Dude, like, please don't. Please don't. Please don't.
I think for me, like, regardless of how they do it, I'm expecting them to blow some shit up because they always do. All this kind of stuff. I was playing earlier in Revenant, had a voice line and went to Kings Canyon, and so the time switched over to Kings Canyon and goes, back to Kings Canyon. Let's see what we can blow up now. I was like, son of a bitch.
Oh, no.
So I'm very scared of it, that some sort of toxic gases are going to be released that are either consistently coming out or come out when you shoot them. And if that's the case, dude, people dying to environmental things is going to be really shitty.
Especially if you kill a team and then the environmental gas kills you, I would be pissed.
Well, not even just that. Like, dude, what if it's one of those things that doesn't hurt caustic still? Because it's a gas.
That would be
dude,
awful.
I don't even want to.
Like, that's just... You're making this map... If you're doing that, you're making the map less and less of a competitive map, which I don't like. But moving away from that just water treatment, I'm going to be heartbroken regardless.
Let's take some time. We'll get into our farewells of water treatment. Let's just talk about caustic for now. I got to say, man, like... And Troy, I know you feel me on this. Kings Canyon right now is abysmal.
Dude, it's so bad.
It's not fun.
It's literally so bad. But I think you guys are overestimating how negative the town takeover could potentially be. I think it's going to essentially stay about the same. they're just going to add a bunch of U-Hauls where you have to do a basic math problem, and then if you unlock the U-Haul, you like free an entire U-Haul full of twins.
Yeah.
And the mini game is how many twins you can unlock in a single match. But I think water treatment is going to stay pretty much the same.
Do you think this is the only positive I can see from right now? Like I said, I thought water treatment had a good amount of loot back in the past. Hopefully this frees up some area and some more space for there to be loot. Because think about it. Water treatment is really only the buildings in the back, right? Mm-hmm. And then you've got the 4 little water areas. If they make it that full thing, that opens up a big loot spot for Kings Canyon. And I think one of the biggest problems with Kings Canyon is there's not too many places to land. Now, if this became like a Skulltown type area where you had Skulltown, Thunderdome, and the little town outside, all 3 of which you could land independently and feel good with the loot you came out of with. If they did that with the Caustic Town takeover, I won't be too sad about it because now you're offering more places to land where people can legitimately get themselves looted up for the future of the game because right now Kings Canyon I think is at an all-time low when it comes to just places to go. You know, like there you got the POIs. The thing I like about World's Edge and the thing I like about Olympus is you don't have to land at a POI to get looted up. There's lots of areas on both of those maps where you can land and you can still get solid loot. Kings Canyon is barren, bro. It is barren. There's very few places you can land that aren't a POI that'll give you loot. Why is that a problem, you say? Well, a lot of teams are going to land on those POIs. That's just what's going to happen. So I'm excited in the form that I'm hoping it makes the map a little bit better, but I'm very sad in the fact that I'm losing what feels like to me, a love of my life.
It's like we're losing home on that, essentially, which sucks. I hate it, but like you said, if it makes the map a better map, it's kind of just the price that we have to pay. You know, it's just one of those things. Like the people already lost Skulltown. Skulltown wasn't our favorite place, but we liked it. Mm-hmm. If this gives that opportunity to have a Skulltown-like feel back and that loot pool back into Kings Canyon, they might not be able to raise Skulltown out of the graves.
Please, Respawn, if you're listening, please raise Skulltown and Thunderdome out of the water.
It doesn't even have to make sense.
I don't think they can because, like Wyatt said, it won't make sense. But a town takeover, anyway. They've already done it enough. I mean, water treatment was probably already guaranteed to Caustic anyway because it's a toxic plant, and also Caustic just being the fucking bitch he is. Mm-hmm. That just kind of fits in. But I hate seeing our favorite place go, but I also am excited to see what comes of it. I just hope that it goes in a positive direction.
Boys, I wanted to finish off this segment in a way that we typically haven't done. Normally we just discuss it, we move on. I wanted us to all have our own opportunity to be in a room with water treatment plant and say a farewell, however we want to say it, however we want to express it, whether it's like a breakup scenario, whether it's just you just saying goodbye, realizing that things could never work. I want you to have your own time with water treatment plant. I want you to really cradle it, say goodbye for one last time. Also, I want you guys to know at home we're going to do a water treatment plant only stream where we're just going to land there over and over and over and over. Basically just like, you know how like when sometimes you break up with somebody and then you guys just bang one last time and just go your separate ways?
That's what we're doing.
We're going to bang
water treatment
one
plant.
last time.
It's breakup sex.
Yes. And we're going to go hard. We're going to do things that during the relationship we never thought we could.
Listen,
we're going to reach new ceilings, new heights. We're just going to go hard.
What's she going to do? Leave me?
Exactly, Brian.
Listen,
you've got it right.
I'm going to take that finger. I'm going to put it where I want to put it.
I did not expect you to say that. That really got me. I did not expect that.
That was so unexpected.
At all. Who wants to say their farewell first? Do you guys want me to go first so I can set the table?
I need to open a beer for this. So.
Okay. All right.
Go ahead.
Here we go. Our farewells to water treatment plant. Baby. We've had some crazy times, haven't we? me and you. Things have been so great for so long. But I think me and you both know that it's time that we move on. And we grow without each other. Because let's be honest, we can only grow so much being together. I mean, I met you when we were so young in this game, and things have changed for me now. I have different aspirations. I have different goals than I had before. But I'll always remember you as my first. The things you did for me. I remember the first time I laid eyes on you. It was just the second day the game had come out. And then I railed some poor kid on the stairs outside of your furthest building to the right. Boy, I fucked that dude up too. We got our first win. It was one of the greatest things that I ever experienced. Of course, Bryan was down, how he liked to do. But I just wanted to say goodbye. Water treatment plant, I'll never forget you. I'll tell my grandkids about you. I'll tell my kids about you. I'll tell them about my first win. I'll tell them about the time that Bryan went down and I had to carry him to his first ever victory. I'll tell them about that time, and I'll make sure that they remember you fondly. I'll show them YouTube videos. I'll probably show up my Odin videos of me on you. God forbid. I don't want to show them the crazy stuff, but yeah, I'm going to show them some videos. They're going to get some fucking videos. Water treatment plant. Goodbye. I love you. And hopefully, maybe one day, we'll meet again. Goodbye.
Hey, water treatment. Yeah, it's me. I know we haven't talked in a while. Hey, listen, baby. I just want to let you know that it's not you. It's me. Okay? We've been through a lot of stuff together. And, got my first W in you. And ever since then, none have ever felt as good as you. I always think back to that time where we got that dub and Bryan was down and I was there whiffing shots, trying to land on top of the circle as it was slowly closing behind you. Oh, closing behind you. Such good memories. Then I remember that we finally capped that last dude as he went into the circle and won that game. And we shouted screams of joys after hours and hours of grinding and playing. You will always be my fondest memory. And, baby, no, I promise. It's not about that bitch Olympus. I promise. It's not her. I would never cheat on you. Never. That bitch Olympus means nothing to me. World's Edge? Who even is that bitch? I never seen her in my texts. She never on my phone. I never even dialed her once. What do you mean? I never landed Big Blue Dick. Maybe once. Twice. Only when I'm with Troy. Troy makes me do these things. Baby, listen, I don't want to cheat on you. If I could land you every time, I would land you every time. And if the final circle landed on you every time, I'd be there, okay? But it just doesn't work out that way, baby. I'm sorry. I want you to know, baby, I'm not leaving you for Olympus, I promise. No, that's not her calling right now. Stop. All right, listen, baby. I just want to tell you that I have to go really soon. But I want you to know that I love you. And that hopefully we'll see each other soon. All right, baby. Bye.
Hey, how you doing? Yeah, good. Hey, hey, can we meet? Are you sure? What are you doing later? No, I'm not trying to come over. I'm just wanted to talk. Oh, no, nothing. Just wanted to talk. Okay, I'll see you at 6. All right, bye. Hey, no, it's not. We're not going to go anywhere. We're not going to do anything. Listen, I want to talk to you about something kind of serious. I think there's another guy in your life, and don't try to argue. Don't try to fucking argue with me. I know there's another guy in your life. I know that he's gonna fucking come over later and absolutely wreck you. I know what's happening. And it's not okay. Okay? I gotta move on before it's too late. No, this is not my fucking fault. This is fucking you. Listen, I know that it hasn't been the same. Okay? I know that your loophole has not been as good as it was in the past. I listen, I wanted to say this whole time that it's not you and that it was me, but it's all you. It's all you. You know how I fucking know? Because Capacitor's been looking pretty fucking good lately. We knew from the beginning our relationship was shaky to begin with. You never protected me. I always went down. You never did. And the other guys would get the win on you for me. And no, I did not suck. The P2020 is a very powerful gun. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I blew up. I'm sorry. I got emotional. It's not a good feeling for me to be in right now. Let's not argue. Let's not fight. Let's just go back to the good times. We'll just carry it out for as long as we can. It's okay. We can still enjoy each other's company. Like, we can still be friends. We can head back to your place. Do you mind if I bring the guys for a stream?
Hey, oh, I remember you. We went to school together. How you doing? Yeah, you look good. You look really good. Yeah, wow. You know, since the last time I saw you, have you had some work done? No, you're not telling me those got that much bigger in 2 years. Listen, baby, you're 25. Like, they don't keep growing when you're in your 20s, I don't think. But I don't know. It's just weird that only they grew. You know what I mean? Yeah. No, okay, yeah, no, I know that could be offensive. I'm just nervous because you look really pretty. That's all. You know, you were talking to that one guy. Oh, you were talking to 3 guys. They all dumped you on the same day? Did they know about each other? Yeah, how could they not, right? All right, who was the best? I gotta know. Yeah, I mean, I knew it wasn't Bryan. No, between the other two. Yeah, I get that. It just depends on your mood. I've been there. I've for sure been there. Well, are you going to get any more work done? Oh, you're going to get a full makeover. Okay, what are you doing for money right now? You know, I don't even want to know. That's just going to make me sad. Let's just move past this. Well, listen, I've been through, you know, single one-on-one breakups. I've never been through a triple breakup, but, you know, maybe you want some company. Maybe you don't want to be alone. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll definitely come over. What did Bryan say? Is that what he said? Man, that must have been kind of awkward. You want me? Well, now that you got those, I mean, I guess.
All right, that was our farewells to water treatment plant, and in Troy's case, our hello to water treatment plant, because I'm sure he's going to be spending a lot more time over there. Thank you guys for listening. Once again, I think from the bottom of all of our hearts, water treatment plant, it's going to suck to see you go. And on a more serious note, you've been a great POI for us to all land at for the first 8 seasons of this game. It's going to suck to see you leave, but we hopefully Caustic Town Takeover brings you some good health, makes you a little bit bigger, helps you out a little bit more places to land, more loot to grab. Water treatment, you will be greatly missed. You will always be the first ever win of the Grab My Banner podcast. Thank you for all the time we've spent with you. We're going to move on to the gambling segment of the show. We're going to hit a quick ad, and we will see you guys on the other side. All right, gambling segment of the show, and boy, oh boy, was Overs Week fun for fucking all of us. Overs Week was great. I love a good Overs Week. Overs Week is always the best. We all did really good. Troy did really good. I did really good. Kyle did really good. Bryan, I think you did good.
No, I fucked up.
You didn't do good?
No,
I didn't hit my line. It wasn't Overs Week for me.
Oh.
it was an unders.
It was Unders Week for me, but
Yes,
even then I went over. So
Yes,
I mean,
so technically it was
Technically,
overs.
I did hit over,
over,
but it was still you didn't want me to get the over. I didn't want me to get the over.
But either way, it was a good week for all of us. Troy, you hit that kill line.
Crushed
You
it.
crushed that shit. How are you feeling after that?
Dude, feeling so good. I don't feel. I would never tell someone I was good at the game. I'm not. I know I'm not. But I'm starting to feel comfortable. Like I'm past the point of like trying to figure out my strategy and shit. I know what I like. I know what I don't like. I can actually loot like kind of quickly, which was the worst part of my game. So you know what? It's like it's really getting a lot more fun, and I'm feeling really good. I got 12 kills, right? So
Yeah.
I got a 1 KD this week. I think next week we're going to be seeing somewhere between 1.2, 1.3. I really think I'm going to be there.
And you had a big boy game. You had a 5-kill game. Kyle, how are you feeling?
Hey, I'm feeling great, And, I'm not going to say anything about Troy's how Troy did this week. I think he did absolutely fantastic, but, he did get a little bit carried by me.
Okay, well that's definitely a take right there, and maybe not a crazy one either. I did really well as well. I got to play with some teammates. This is my first time in a while that I've actually played with teammates in my games, and it was really fun. I think I'm going to do it more often. It's just great to have like team chemistry, like when you're actually playing them. I like to do them on my own because I felt like I was doing something better on my own. But nah, dude, the video games are about playing with your bros, bro. You gotta have some fun with your
play
dudes.
with your boys.
So you gotta be playing with your boys to get better and to get that chemistry going. So I did well. Everybody did well at this table. Bryan, unfortunately, you did not get the Bryan Challenge of the Week, but it was really just one bad game that kind of screwed you over.
Yeah, pretty much it was one bad game. I just made a bad choice and rotated in a bad direction. And I want to say I got shot by a team, and I ended up flying off the side of the map. Shout out real fast to, what was it? Exceptional Boner, my teammate that fucking... I told him what was going on. He stuck with me the whole fucking game. He looted for me. He did everything I needed to do, and we fucking died. But you know what? Shout out to you. You had an exceptional
He did
boner.
well. And he came into chat afterwards to say what's up.
He did,
so
he did.
He did the best he possibly could. It was a great challenge, Bryan. I think, like you said, you got fucked. But I will say this. You might be the worst Trident driver I have ever seen in my life.
Bro,
It
this,
was-
this
it
was
bad.
known. I think I can count the number of times I've been in a Trident on one hand, and all of them have you driving.
Yeah, most of the time.
I think, it's either me or Wyatt.
I don't.
drives.
One, I don't drive the Trident. Two, the Trident does not reflect my actual driving skills. Halfway. And three, I fucking can't drive the Trident. I never do. It's just not my thing. I don't even use them. They make too much noise.
It looked like someone gave you one button and was like, you have to click it 3 times to turn right and 2 times to turn left. And you were just like bouncing off of every wall. And then you would like bounce off a wall and then overcorrect and bounce off the other wall. And it would just keep going.
Listen,
There was one time you boosted into the storm and killed yourself late game. That game
did
was
happen.
hilarious.
I remember that. I remember that. That did happen.
All I remember hearing is, oh shit, and then dead.
Bryan Challenge of the Week this week. How many bamboozles can he get in 5 games?
No ults.
No ults.
No ults.
Just strict bamboozles.
Just straight up bamboozles.
I can use my ult to escape, but the bamboozles that come from it
Don't count.
do not count
Don't
towards
count.
the bamboozle.
And we will be paying close attention. What do we think, boys?
I think if he plays where he like attracts attention from a long distance and waits till somebody's trying to snipe him, and then he pops one out. I think that might be the easiest way. If he plays a strategy like that, I think he's going to have a really good chance. I think up close and personal, it's going to be he's going to just die.
People are
much.
just too smart to like fall for bamboozles at this point, honestly.
Do I get a teammate?
No.
No teammate. Okay.
No teammate, you got to do a solo?
Well, maybe we should give him a teammate.
If I don't get a teammate, I would like to do it in duos. Reason being, so at least then I could take a 2v1 and get out of that fight.
Okay.
I can just carry a mastiff.
We could have Kyle be his teammate. For the sake of time, we'll just say Bryan will be playing with a teammate. Let's do the line here on it. In 5 games, what do we think a per-game average would be?
14.5 is what I get.
14.5 in 5 games?
Yes, because that means that he would have to average about 3 every single game.
I think that's low, no?
No, that's not low.
No.
Listen, Bryan likes to, Bryan has a lot of things in Apex he likes to do. We already talked about how he likes to drive the Trident like an ass. But one of the other things he likes to do is die. So I think that unlike the other challenges so far, they've just involved running away, which I think gives Bryan a huge advantage. He's well practiced. He knows what he's doing in that environment. But when it comes to fighting other people and like being good, I just don't think that that's his strong suit.
No, but the other thing that I'm thinking about is how many times do you have a Mirage send a bamboozle at you and you like look at it and you're like this fucker's running straight at me. He doesn't have a gun out. Like, there's no way this is the real dude.
Well, they do bring his gun out now, and he does have footsteps.
That would be the way.
So do you guys want to say 14.5 or do you want to move it up?
No, 14.5 I think is solid.
Okay, so we'll go 14.5.
That way, if he has a bad game where he gets 0, he can still
bounce
come back.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll say 14.5. I am definitely betting the under on that. I'm going to go under.
You're not going to think he's going to get 14.5?
No, like you said, what you said before, it's just so easy for people to figure out if it's real or not, even with the footsteps. And if, like, this would require Bryan to get really close. I think he can pop off, like, maybe 2 early game if he lands on a spot where there's teams there. So that would work. I just don't know how realistic that is. So I'm going to say under on 14.5.
I think I'm going to go over because if you're shooting for just straight bamboozles, if Bryan does it right, he can easily get that.
Okay.
How much are you guys betting? You're under.
I'm going to go...
You're under on me for how many?
I will wait until we do our card.
Okay.
I'll finish it off when we do our card.
Yeah,
Troy,
yeah,
how are
our
you
same,
looking on Bryan?
Listen, all jokes aside, all right, Bryan's actually not that bad. All right, he's definitely better than me, which is saying something, I think. Probably not. But anyway.
Is it, though?
Oh, I was going to say, it's not saying much, but it is saying something.
What the fuck? Okay? No, here's the thing, Derek Carr. All right? Anybody can say that but you. You fucking play with me. All right? You keep that shit in your brain mind. I'm done with that. All right? Now, listen. Bryan's going to get some double zeros. All right? What happens when you get a double zero in a challenge? All right? You don't do shit. So you guys aren't accounting for the fact that he's not going to get into a fight and be able to even do anything every game. I think at least 1 double zero, which means that every other game he has to average 4. So I think that's not even close to it. Well, it's close to achievable, but he'd have to be running really hot. So I'm going to bet the under.
Okay, so 2 unders, 1 over.
I'm betting 1 over because, man, if he runs hot and he gets like 6 in one game, I mean, that's pretty fucking good. Even if he gets a double zero, that's still fucking good.
It is, but it just depends on if he can continue that pace. All right, so we've got that out of the way. Bryan Challenge of the Week. We're going to move on to the totals numbers of how many bones we each have here at this table. Get to the lines. We're going to discuss a little bit about it, and then we'll finish off the show with our card. So at the top of the list right now is me with 348 bones. Bryan is right below me at 306. Kyle is at 125, and Troy is at 88. So all of us did really well last week. We all got up way higher than we were before. Troy was sitting at like fucking 30. He's now got 88, so that's a big jump. I had a perfect week. I didn't lose a bet this week, so I'm feeling really good. Kyle's saying that he's going to get a perfect week this week, so we'll see.
A perfect week, baby.
We'll see what happens here. Let's get to the lines. We'll start
Bryan,
with myself.
Don't fuck me on my perfect week.
I think that's the way that worked out. All of us but you, Kyle, had a perfect week.
That's
your fault.
That's embarrassing.
Well, no, because if I went, that's your fault for making the bet. These two called the bet right. It was just you.
God, I had faith in you, and you're going to betray me like that?
You and Allie both should have known better.
Yeah. Allie, come on, you should have known better on that one. You knew I was going to jump hit the boost off the ramp into the storm and die.
So let's get to the lines real quick. For me, the lines it's no longer an overs week, boys. Bryan has us pinned high. This is going to be a tougher week to bet, I think for sure. We're going to start off with my kill line, total of 22, halves at 11 and quarters at 6, with the average damage at 600 and the max damage at 1600. Troy's kill line is at 24.
Oh, whoa, hold up.
Wait, what?
No. I mixed Troy's and Kyle's name.
Okay,
yeah, we're good. I wrote it down wrong.
Holy shit.
Kyle, your kill line's at 24.
Okay, so Kyle's kill line is at 24 with halves at 12, quarters at 6, average damage at 600, and max damage at 1900. And then Troy's line, kills at 13 with quarters and halves and quarters at 6 and 3, average damage at 400, and the max damage at 1000. Looking at this chart here, boys, this is going to be a tough week to bet, I got to say. It's not. This is going to be a tougher week. So I will start with Troy. How are you feeling about the max damage at 1000?
All right, so I think this is a well-placed line. The reality of it is, playing with Kyle, I've played with Kyle, 2 or 3 times now? At least 2. And when I play with Kyle, I get less damage.
Okay.
I get significantly less damage because Kyle plays up in people's faces and is usually ahead of me in our rotation. So I get less damage, but I, sometimes get more kills because I think that we have good team chemistry and Kyle usually softens them up, but I don't get more damage. So if I want to hit that line, I would be better off playing by myself.
Okay, I feel like this might be a better one. A half line at 6 kills. You can get 6 kills in a half.
For sure.
6 kills in 6
For
games.
Sure. But the thing is, I want to play with Kyle. So my point in all that was, I think I'm probably not going to hit it. I think I'm probably going to end up around 900.
Okay. Kyle, you have the max damage at 1900. I haven't bet a max on you in a while. We'll not talk about why. But
no.
Nobody needs to talk about it.
I'll talk about it.
No,
How come
I think we skip it.
Listen, if you want to bet all your bones on Kyle's max with your track record on his max, I'm more than happy with you doing that.
I will not do
I just
that.
want to let you know that in previous betting seasons, I had a 52% chance of hitting my max.
Okay.
Kyle, how consistently are you going to be steaming your hands in the sink?
Pretty often.
Why is that a
Anytime
thing?
my hand warmer doesn't work, I'm going to be steaming my hands in the sink.
His hands get cold, and also he wants his fingertips to be supple so that he can feel the subtle indentations on his controller buttons. Very ASMR is what I'm going for.
Yes,
here.
very much.
Anyway,
I've
so
been doing it a lot.
if you're going to be doing it a lot, that makes me feel a lot better. Kyle, how much confidence do you have in me as a teammate? There's
Pretty
only
high.
one. Yes. There's only one. Right
Pretty
answer.
high.
That's
Pretty
good.
high.
That's good.
Brian, how are you feeling about the bamboozles? Is my question.
You know what? I'm with 3 a game. I think I'm actually okay because I don't have to necessarily play the most aggressive. I love to play aggressive, and the point of this is I still need to be aggressive enough to be in a fight, but I don't have to commit to the fight. And his ult is great for escaping, which is one thing that I've shown I'm very good at.
Yes.
So living to fight another day is definitely a thing that might happen. My teammate's going to fucking hate me.
Yes.
But you know what? At late game, when there's only 3 squads left, and I'm just sending fucking decoys out everywhere and controlling it and peeking corners with them, I think I can probably get that 3.
Troy, one last question from me. Your average damage is 400. Do you feel like that's a lot for an average?
I don't even know what I hit last week.
Last week, I calculated you were down at 340s.
Well, like I said, I don't think damage is really what I'm popping off at with Kyle. I think that our play styles make it so that he does a lot of the work.
Yeah.
And so I get the kills. I get probably more kills than I would on average, but I get way less damage because when I play with strangers, they like to hang back more and kind of peek and poke, and that's how you really rack up the damage. So, I mean, with Kyle, the charged rifle doesn't even make sense most of the time. So I would say don't bet on my damage lines this week. Let's just see how it goes.
All right.
How are you feeling about your kill line?
I don't like it. I think it's high.
22's high?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Because what happens is, and if you look at my games consistently, you'll see that my first quarter and my fourth quarter are usually really good, but that middle, man, if I don't have a good game in one of those middles, it throws me off hard.
How you feeling about your fourth quarter kills? Huh?
Fourth quarter kills, I think I can hit. Because you guys
think
know.
You hit 6.
Yeah, you guys know that usually in the fourth quarter I come through. If you were to bet that, though, I would feel a lot better if we were playing the 16. Now that it's 12, I got to average 2 kills a game, which we know if you have one good game, it can ruin it. But I can also get 5 kills in one game. If you bet that, don't bet a lot. I would maybe bet like 10 on it. All right, let's get to our cards. I will go first. I've got 4 bets this week for a total of 100 bones. I'm going to start with my first bet on Troy. Second half kills over at 6. I put 25 on that. I think Troy, he's shown that he can perform in the second half. And so that makes me feel good. Kyle, I have the max over at 1,900 for 25 bones as well. Kyle has consistently hit overs on his max. There's been times where he's missed, but that's a hard one to hit. I like where he's at with this max. He had another 2,000 damage game last week, so I'm liking where I'm sitting on that one. I've got 25 bones on the Bryan challenge of the week to go under. I don't know. It's just bamboozling isn't as easy as it used to be when the game first came out. I think it's going to be tough to hit. Really nothing to do with Bryan, more to do with the people he's going up against. People just know. Like, people can tell when Mirage is bamboozling, so I got that one. And my gift of the Allfather bet of the week is on Troy as well. It is a average damage under. It's sitting at 400 right now. I don't like how high that is, at least in this stage of the game. Plus, he'll be playing with Kyle, so Kyle's going to be hoarding a lot of that damage. I've got 25 bones on that, and that is my gift of the Allfather bet of the week. That rounds out my card.
We're going to start off with probably the easiest decision I've ever made, and I've got a 5-bone bet on Wyatt's average damage under, because there's no way in hell he's hitting fucking 600 average.
That's a lot.
There's no fucking
That's
way.
a fucking lot.
That is a shit ton. I probably get the most damage out of anybody here, and I have never averaged over 550, I don't think.
You're only putting 5 on it?
I'm only putting 5 on it because I'm placing a big bet on you.
Okay.
Sure. How'd that work last week?
Bold strategy.
Listen, I've got big balls, and this shows it right here, okay? So I've got 20 bones on the over for Bryan, because if you don't hit 15 bamboozles, I'm going to be fucking upset. You got to outsmart those fuckers, okay, Bryan? We got to show that your IQ's 200. I'm going to put 20 bones over on you to get 15 fucking bamboozles, because I think you're smarter than these fuckers out here. Okay? And my last bet, taking a quote from the boy that I placed that 20 bone bet on: if you can't bet on your fucking self, who you going to bet on?
I like the addition you put in there.
Yeah, the fucking adds a good vibe to us.
Yeah, the fucking always adds a good vibe.
Yes, honestly. 100 bones on my kill line over, because I'm the best, and I'm about to show it, and that's my gift of the Allfather bet.
That's it. All right, Troy, your card.
Nope, I'm not going before Bryan. I'm not doing
that. He's not going to do it, so we are going to go with me next, and I think that I'm going to start out with a bet on Troy. Quick question, just to re-clarify, am I allowed to bet under on a max damage?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Troy, your max damage set at 1,000. I'm smashing that under button.
It's my spite bet. Spite bet.
That's not a spite bet.
Spite bet.
Yours are spite bets. That's not even close
Dude,
to a spite bet.
Spite
Troy,
bet.
yours were spite bets because...
Spite bet.
No, that's not a spite bet.
Dude, that's a spite bet.
Somebody
bro.
explain a spite bet to Troy,
Spite
please.
bet.
He doesn't know because he only does spite, so he never
Spite
understands the concept of spite.
I understand it. I just don't do it. I don't partake of that cup.
Okay, either way, 50 bones under Troy's max damage.
50? Fuck. That might be a spite bet.
Why don't you double it?
That could definitely be a
Why
spike.
don't you double it?
Because I have a bunch going somewhere else that I'm going to use.
Troy, it's okay. We'll crush it. Dude,
And then, Troy, I actually believe what you said this week. You said you don't believe in your max and your damage output this week, but you do believe in your kills this week.
We're going to adjust.
We're going to do both.
This is spiteful. And I'm pretty sure the camera can pick up that
Spite bet.
second part, Kyle, but this is... You guys are now spiteful.
We're counter-spiting you,
changing that bet
you
on
can
the
see-
fly.
You're being
If you can see
on
the
the
double
fly.
horns growing out of my head.
On the fly.
On the fly.
Counter-spiting.
Kyle, I'm going to go against you now. Not a spite bet. 24 is a high number.
That is a spite bet.
Anytime you say
That's a
not a
spite
spite bet before you bet, You already know.
Anytime you change it to fuck over somebody else, that's a spite bet.
How does me betting under on you fuck you over?
That doesn't fuck me over, but it makes
If
you
anything,
feel like you have a lack of confidence.
I'm betting
in
on your
boy.
kill line. If anything, you want me to bet against you because if you hit your kill line, I'm further apart from you.
Yeah.
Okay, bet it. Bet it.
Yeah, I'm betting under on Kyle's second half or first half kills.
Okay.
Under Kyle's first half kills.
Weird bet.
For
Okay.
12? You don't think I'm going to hit 12?
Actually, it's not a
not
bad
in the
bet.
first half. Not in the first
It's not
half.
a bad bet.
In the second half, I think you're going to blow past it because you typically hit your fucking massive game in the third quarter.
That's very true.
So I think that without your massive games, because every now and then, if you guys aren't familiar with this, if you're new to listening, if you want to know the trend for Kyle, it's he plays absolutely like dog water.
Kyle never plays.
Hold on, Troy.
What?
For like 6 games, Kyle's going to play like dog water. And then all of a sudden, he's going to have this massive spike in the third quarter for like 20 fucking plus kills, and he's going to make his entire line in that one quarter.
I just want to say a correction really quick. I don't play like dog water. I just don't do well.
You don't
Kyle,
thrive.
no, you don't thrive in the
don't
first
thrive
or
every
second.
game.
You thrive in the third and fourth.
I'm
Let
a
me put it
fourth
this
quarter
way.
player.
You had a 52%, or you hit your max 52% of the time. Of that 52%, I would say at least 80% of that was in the third quarter. You're a third quarter player. You're almost. This is almost talking me into you to betting your max in the third quarter or betting your kills in the third quarter.
I mean, that's a.
I'm betting your kills in the third quarter. That's it. I'm changing it over Kyle, 50 bones over
Fucking spite bet.
Kyle,
Hella spite bet.
right? Third quarter kills.
So I'm going to hit 6 in the third quarter.
I think you're going to blow way past 6 in the third quarter, to be honest.
Okay.
And then for my gift of the Allfather, Wyatt, I apologize to you.
Listen, my lines were fucked.
Your average at 600.
Dude, nobody at
You
this
hit
table.
it. You hit it last week.
I've hit it before, but
Yeah.
it's not often that you hit
It's
it.
not often, but you have hit it. And I'm going to be banking on that SBMM being higher this week because of that.
Mm-hmm.
And 150 Wyatt under average damage.
Okay.
Spite bet.
All right, so that'll round out your card.
That'll round out my card. I've
Troy,
Spite bet.
250 online.
250.
First of all, I want you to know, Kyle, the only reason this guy is saying the things he is because when you guys played tournaments together, last time you played a tournament, you didn't even get 100 points.
Yep.
All right?
Actually,
And-
2 times in a row.
Oh, Jesus. And you listen, you have to know
We cracked
that
100 the second time.
We cracked 100 the second time.
Yeah,
Oh, it
second
just
time.
wasn't more than me and you. I forgot.
No, yeah,
Sorry,
it
they
was-
lost
It,
it.
was,
Why-
it wasn't. It
Listen,
wasn't.
Oh,
it's
I'm
okay.
sorry,
We
I'm
took the
sorry.
good player from each team. We paired them together with us, and we just blew past them regardless.
You're gonna really look me in the eyes and say that's accurate.
I pointed.
He actually pointed towards Richie.
I won't say
You
anything.
did.
Here's my statement on what Bryan just said. I won't say anything bad about my teammate, but I also won't say anything corroborating his statement that he just made.
Okay, yeah. See, way to be, very
Very
diplomatic.
middle line.
very
Very
diplomatic.
middle line. Way to
Very-
play the gray.
very
I'm right
Switzerland
down the
of you.
middle,
Yeah,
baby.
Well done. Okay, so I want you to know that I believe in you 100%. And I don't think you ever play like dog water except for when you get tilted, which everybody gets tilted. There's nobody that doesn't get tilted. But anytime that you are playing average, okay, you're still doing better than, in my opinion, anyone at this table. I really mean that.
Ooh.
I really mean that. I think your average is better than anyone's average here.
Spite to Wyatt. Wow.
No, I think Wyatt doesn't get the damage that you do, but I think Wyatt has some incredible team. Like Wyatt is a really incredible teammate. He knows how to pull out clutches. But in the last 2 times we played, Kyle, you've really you've shocked me. All that to say, okay, I completely changed my card because Bryan pissed me off. So now I'm betting.
Spite bets.
And this is a spite bet. Okay, now instead of me betting 2 on my max over, I'm betting 85 on my max over,
Oh
and I'm
my
making it the
God.
gift of the Allfather. Me and Kyle will work together to put together a strategy where I get to lead the fight and get a little bit more damage, and we're going to be just fine.
And I get the kills so I can hit my kill line.
That's right.
That's
It's going to be.
fattest spite bet. I've
It's
ever
going to
seen.
be just fine.
Wow.
So
Well, I mean, yeah, Kyle, go ahead and get your kill lines. Just do it in the third.
Dude, we're gonna get so many kills in the first and second. We're gonna just not. We're not even gonna play.
Listen, it doesn't matter if I hit my kill line if you get it, because as long as Troy hits his max, I will be above you.
No, you won't. I bet 150 on Wyatt's average under. If Wyatt fucks his average, I get 300 bones.
Why? Even though I bet on it, and that's my perfect record. My perfect record going down the drain. I need you.
It's going to be tough. I can do it. I just have to really play like completely differently than I normally would.
I'm focusing my chi into you right now. Okay,
but if I lose this, you guys can't be pissed at that.
I'm going to be pissed.
That's 600.
I'm going to be pissed, dude. I don't care if you got to run double Spitfires. You got to figure it out.
Okay, I'll figure it out.
We're running triple Spitfires.
Listen, I want you to know this bet. If you don't hit your average,
that's a spite bet.
If you don't hit your average, no, it's not. It's just
spite bets all around.
It's a smart bet. You said you would take the same bet.
Spite.
Troy, continue your lines. 85. You have 85 over on yourself
on my
for your
own
max.
All right, I got
Is that your gift to the Allfather?
That is my gift to the Allfather.
Okay.
All right, I got 2 on Wyatt's max under. All right, I don't think you're gonna hit 16, and I got 1 on the Bryan bamboozle bet under.
Okay. All right, that should round out our cards. Everybody's got their bets in?
Yeah, we got them all.
Everybody's good to go? All right, that'll just about wrap it up for the show. Thank you guys for listening once again to the Grab My Banner podcast, episode number 27. On 28, we'll probably have more information on the Caustic Town Takeover and the event that is supposed to come with it. So we'll have all the info on that. Be sure to follow us on all the social medias, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch. We're going to be having our boxing tournament this weekend. Grab My Banner Boxing Championship number 9. We're already on event. Number 9, we've got a lot to talk about with that one. Be sure to check out the boxing pod as well. And if you want to stay in tuned all the time with Grab My Banner, you got to join the Discord. Send us a DM. We'll send you an invite. You'll get in there, talk to everybody. It's a great time. Lots of different communities inside of one community. You've got the anime, the Pokemon. You've got just a bunch of different subgroups in that shit. There's a lot of people in there. So you want to make sure you hop in there, say what's up to everybody. Everybody's really open arms, welcoming. You want to hop in there.
How many people do we have in that now?
It's almost 300, I think. Like, there's almost lot of people.
300. If you guys ever have trouble finding teammates to team up with you, join our Discord. We have almost 300 people, you said?
Lots of people.
I didn't even know that. I thought we were in the 160s. I didn't know that.
No, some people are like, I'd say maybe around 250. Some people only are in there just to get teammates. So even if you're not down to talk all day or do whatever, you just hop in there, you talk to whoever, get yourself some teammates.
We even had 2 people that met on the Discord get married.
Yep.
Seriously?
We did?
No, we didn't.
We did.
No,
I was like, wait, what the fuck?
I was like, how did I know? I was like,
we did. Why didn't you 2 tell me this? Damn it, Kyle. Damn it, Troy.
We do have one guy who hopped in listening to our pod, not knowing we were from the Central Valley, and he lives here, and he said, what's up? And he was like, once I heard Troy say Table Mountain Casino, I knew where you guys were.
What's up?
That was interesting.
That was in the South Africa appreciation segment.
Exactly.
Shout out South Africa.
So thank you guys for listening once again. We'll catch you guys next week. See ya later.
See you, boys.
Peace.